Hi guys, Beth here with the xTool P2 laser engraver and cutter. I own a small business here on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I am actually coming from another manufacturer. We will just call them O for lack of better terms. O had sent me 3 bad machines, each machine having their own different problems. Never was the same problem. I fought with them for over a year trying to get a machine that actually worked properly and was supposed to do what it was supposed to do. After a year, they finally offered me a full refund, in which I ran right away to the xTool website and I got the P2, the full system, the conveyor, the chuck, the riser base. I got it all so that way I can do what I need to do. And this machine has been nothing but a dream for me, as you will see with some of the projects I'm going to show you. My first project I did was actually a huge flag that I did for the police department. Where I live here, I do a lot of work for first responders and military. And I brought them actually just a gift, a small flag to hang up. I wasn't expecting anything out of it. And they loved the flag so much that they wanted 2 huge flags. And here's a picture with one of the flags. So I was able to make those 2 flags. From there, I went and I made these coffins. I was making these last year and I had to actually piece them together and use different woods and do it in 3 different sections. With this, I'm able to do it on the conveyor system all in one piece, and it makes it a breeze. These are big in my neighborhood where I'm at because Halloween is insane here. We get over 1,000 kids. Like every town comes to my neighborhood, so all the houses pretty much go all out and decorate all kinds of things and have haunted yards, and it's really fun. So I was able to make this all in one piece. He glows in the dark, he lights up, he does all kinds of fun things, and these have been going great for me even at the craft fairs. That's another thing I wouldn't have been able to do because I wouldn't have been able to make good enough products with the other machine that I had. I was able to do my first craft fairs this year that were pretty successful. Another recent project, this door hanger I made, it's an 18-inch door hanger. I do normally, if I make an 18-inch door hanger, I do normally cut it out using the conveyor system. But for this one, I actually did the puzzle piece method where it's puzzle pieced in the back. So the backer is cut in half using the puzzle, like a puzzle piece. And then you just glue it on the front and it holds it all together. So I was doing that to show people that that can be done using this method. So that's something I recently made. Another thing that happened is I went pretty viral last week with a cup that I made. I made it for myself. And I was showing it off in a group that I'm in because I own 2 boxers. And I was just showing it off. That's all with my boxers, and it went pretty viral. It was this cup here. I was making cups from 6 in the morning to about 8, 9 o'clock at night every day last week. But I got them all done, and I was able to do it because of the P2. If I didn't have the P2, I wouldn't even have been able to make a cup with the other machine because it was just so messed up. Another thing that is pretty crazy for me are these clocks right here. These are going pretty crazy. Everybody loves them, especially the hands for the clock itself. So yeah, these are going pretty crazy. I made this file a few months ago and I never tested it until recently, and I posted it and it just, like I said, it went insane. So without the P2, I wouldn't have been able to get that as clean as I did either. And it's been an amazing experience working with P2. If there's ever an issue, they're right on it. It's usually, but for the most part, it's user error. I only had one thing, that the conveyor system didn't come with the metal feet, and I got those right in the mail within, like, I want to say 5 days, if that. So the customer service is top-notch, absolutely amazing. The only thing that I would change on the P2, and it's nothing big, I would make it a little larger so that you can cut an 18-inch round with no problem. And the only other thing, and I'm sure they're working on it because I know they get a lot of feedback, is with the conveyor system, you have to have these front pieces open when you're cutting, because this is where you feed the wood in, and there's another door on the back side which feeds the wood out. If there was a way we could do it so that those were maybe smaller, or the conveyor system itself was attached inside, and maybe just a thinner hole in the back that the wood can slide out of, or something like that. I don't know, because it does get pretty smoky, especially if you're doing a long cut or definitely an engrave. I've had my whole basement down here filled up with smoke, and I have to open the back door and run a fan, which isn't a big deal. I still use it all the time. But those would be the only two changes I would make to it. Other than that, I absolutely love this machine. It has changed my life in so many ways. Like I said, I started just as a hobby, and it's turned into an actual business now that I'm pretty successful in.